Okay, so you know that feeling, right? You land after a long trip, and instead of feeling refreshed and excited, you just feel kind of blah.
Yeah.
Like maybe you're coming down with something.
It's the
It's like
worst.
a universal travel experience almost.
It really is. And, our listeners have been sharing their stories with us, too.
Totally. And whether it's a big work trip or a long-awaited vacation, nobody wants to spend it feeling under the weather.
Right. It can really derail everything.
Absolutely.
Mm.
So today we're diving deep into why this happens and what we can do about it.
I like it, a deep dive.
Right. We've got some interesting material to dig into.
Yeah, we've got some research papers, some articles, and even some stuff about these Planet 3 vitamin packs people are talking about.
Okay, so first things first, why does travel seem to make us more likely to get sick?
Well, there are a few key things that the research points to.
Yeah.
One of the biggest culprits is jet lag and how it messes with our sleep.
Okay, like changing time zones and all that.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
see, our bodies have this internal clock called the circadian rhythm, and it controls so many things, from our sleep-wake cycle to our hormone levels and even our immune system.
So when you travel across time zones, it's like throwing a wrench in the whole system.
It's not just about feeling tired, it's about your body's natural defenses being out of whack. And then on top of that, you've got all these new environments you're exposed to, like airports, airplanes, buses, trains.
Oh yeah, those are like germ central.
Exactly. You're surrounded by people from all over the place, each carrying their own unique set of microbes.
So it's like a giant petri dish.
And the research actually mentions airplane cabins specifically.
Really?
They often recirculate air, so if someone's sick, those germs can spread more easily.
Oh, that's not great. And then there's all the surfaces we touch too, like tray tables, armrests.
Ugh, don't even get me started on those.
It's kind of unsettling when you think about it.
It really is.
And it's not just about what we breathe in. The materials also talk about food and water.
Oh, yeah, that's another big one.
Like sometimes you're in a new place and you're not sure how clean the water is or the food handling practices are.
And our gut health is so important for our overall immunity.
Right.
So if you introduce new bacteria that your system isn't used to, it can really throw things off.
Makes sense. And then the material also emphasizes something we probably all know but don't always practice.
What's that?
Hand hygiene.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yes, washing our hands regularly is crucial, especially when we're traveling and touching so many different surfaces.
I know. I'm definitely guilty of not washing my hands as often as I should when I'm on the go.
It's so easy to forget, but it makes a huge difference.
And it's not just the physical stuff that can get to us when we travel.
You're right.
I think the mental and emotional stress plays a role too.
Absolutely. All that rushing around, navigating unfamiliar places, dealing with delays and disruptions.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
It really is. And that kind of stress triggers the release of cortisol in our bodies. It's a hormone. And in small doses, it can be helpful. But when we're constantly stressed, our cortisol levels stay elevated.
And what does that do?
Well, it can actually suppress our immune system, making us even more vulnerable to getting sick.
Oh, wow. So it's like a double whammy?
Exactly. The travel itself can weaken our defenses, and then the stress just adds fuel to the fire.
It's like our bodies are working against us.
In a way, yeah. And then you add in things like not getting enough sleep, not drinking enough water, skipping meals.
Oh, yeah. Those are all things I'm guilty of when I'm traveling.
It's so easy to let those healthy habits slide when you're on the go, but they're so important for keeping our bodies strong.
So it's like this perfect storm of factors that can lead to us feeling terrible when we travel.
Pretty much.
Okay. But there might be a way to combat this.
Oh.
The material you gave me mentions these Planet 3 vitamin packs.
Oh, yeah. Those are interesting.
They're designed specifically to support our bodies during travel.
Right. The idea is to give you all the essential nutrients you need in one convenient pack.
So you don't have to worry about packing a million different bottles.
Exactly. Which is a huge plus when you're trying to fit everything in your carry-on.
So what kind of stuff is in these packs?
Well, they've got a pretty comprehensive blend.
Uh-huh.
For immune support, they've got vitamin C, zinc, and elderberry.
Oh, yeah. I've heard those are good for fighting off colds and stuff.
They are. And then for gut health, which we talked about earlier, they've got probiotics and digestive enzymes.
Smart thinking, because our digestion can get so messed up when we travel. Okay, so what else is in there?
They've also got vitamin D, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids.
From the stuff in fish.
Yep. But this is sustainably sourced, so you don't have to worry about the environmental impact.
That's good to
And
know.
these are all important for overall well-being, things like energy levels, brain function, and heart health.
Wow. So they really thought of everything.
They did, and finally they've got some B vitamins in there, like B12, B3, and biotin.
I don't know much about those.
They're crucial for energy production and keeping our nervous system functioning properly.
Oh, okay. So it's like a one-stop shop for all your travel health needs.
Pretty much. And, one thing the material highlights is how overwhelming the supplement aisle can be.
Oh my gosh. Yes. There are so many options. It's like information overload.
Exactly. So Planet 3 kind of takes the guesswork out of it.
They've done the research and put together a blend they believe is effective.
Right. And each pack has 5 capsules, which is apparently the optimal way to deliver all those nutrients.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it seems like they've put a lot of thought into the formulation.
Now, you mentioned earlier that people are talking about these vitamin packs.
Oh yeah, the material mentions that thousands of people have tried them and found them helpful.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
It is, and there are a lot of positive reviews online too, like on Amazon.
So it seems like they're pretty popular.
They are, and we actually have some testimonials from people who've used them.
Oh, cool. Let's hear them.
All right, so first we have Tammy. Tammy says that she loves how convenient they are for travel and that she can really tell the difference in how she feels when she takes them.
So they're not just some cheap vitamins, they actually work.
That's what she says, and she emphasizes that she eats a healthy diet anyway, so the fact that she notices a difference is pretty significant.
That's a good point.
Then we have Kelly.
Okay, what does Kelly say?
Kelly actually went to the doctor after taking these vitamins for a few months, and her doctor was amazed by her results, like her blood work and everything.
Wow, so they must have really made an impact on her health.
It seems that way, and Kelly says she attributes it all to the Planet 3 vitamin packs.
That's incredible.
It is. And then we have Mary.
Okay, what about Mary?
Mary keeps it simple. She just says they're her favorite vitamins for overall wellness.
So not just for travel, but for everyday life, too.
Exactly.
It seems like people are really happy with these vitamins.
They are, and the material also talks about the quality control measures they take.
Oh, like what?
Well, they do third-party testing on all their products.
So an independent lab verifies that what's on the label is actually in the bottle.
Exactly, and they're manufactured in the USA in facilities that meet GMP standards.
GMP.
It stands for Good Manufacturing Practices, so it means they follow strict guidelines for quality and safety.
That's reassuring.
And they're very specific about where they source their ingredients from, like the omega-3s are sustainably sourced from cold ocean waters.
Oh, that's good to know.
And they make a point of saying they use premium ingredients but still keep the price affordable.
How much are they?
The material says it works out to about $1 a day.
Huh. That's not bad for all the benefits they're claiming.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty good value.
Okay, so to recap, it sounds like travel really can wreak havoc on our bodies.
It can. The changes in routine, the exposure to germs, the stress, it all adds up.
And these Planet 3 vitamin packs could be a way to help mitigate those risks.
That's the idea. They provide a convenient way to get a whole range of essential nutrients that can support our immune system and overall health.
And the testimonials and the information about their quality control measures seem pretty convincing.
Based on the material we've seen, yeah, it seems like a legitimate option for people who want to stay healthy while traveling.
So if you're planning a trip anytime soon, whether it's for business or pleasure, it might be worth looking into these vitamin packs.
It's definitely something to consider, especially if you're prone to getting sick when you travel.
You know, I think what's really interesting is the connection between our gut health and our immune system.
Yeah, that's something that's become much clearer in recent years.
Like, we tend to think of our immune system as fighting off germs,
Yeah.
but it's so much more complex than that.
Absolutely. And our gut plays a huge role in that.
So maybe the key to staying healthy while traveling isn't just about avoiding germs.
Maybe it's also about supporting our gut health and making sure we have the right nutrients to keep our immune system strong.
That's something to think about.
It is food for thought, as they say.
Exactly.
Bon voyage.
And stay healthy out there.